Hello guys, this is AMS Kung Pao back at it again with another setup video. And this car I really enjoy driving, the AMG GT Black Series, and I really enjoyed trying to get a lap with this car. The car itself is moderately easy to drive. The traction is actually pretty damn good for what it is. It has 1038 horsepower just delivered to the rear wheels, and it still has pretty good traction. In second gear, coming out of the corners, you can full throttle and it'll be fine as long as you're going moderately straight, so it's pretty impressive actually. So this car all around isn't very hard to drive and it's very fast. This is the fastest rear-wheel drive street car that I've driven in this game so far. I did do a lap in the Huayra a while back. It was a 558, but that was back when the cars were a little bit slower, so I do plan on doing a future Huayra video. And if I were to compare this car to the Corvette 01, which is a car that I did a Nordschleife lap in pretty recently, I just uploaded a video with the Corvette a couple of days ago actually, and yeah, it has much better traction than the Corvette. This car is a little bit more understeer on the throttle coming out of the corners than the Corvette, but overall it's a bit faster because one, it's easier to drive, and I think and two, it just like has some slightly better driving characteristics in the Corvette. And yeah, the hot lap that I did was pretty well done. It took me 3.5 hours to get the lap that I did, and I wound up with a pretty solid hot lap. I have a couple mistakes in the hot lap, but when you're not going to get a couple mistakes in a Nordschleife hot lap. So yeah, a pretty solid lap. I really am satisfied with what I wound up with, and hope you enjoyed the hot lap as well. So yeah, before I show you my setup, I will show you my hot lap, and I hope you enjoy the hot lap. See you on the other side when I show you my setup. So everybody, this is my setup, but there are a couple things that I need to bring up first because you can't see these things that is done to the car in the settings sheet. So I do have widen, offset, and rim width for the wheel customization, and for the aero parts I do have a front Type A splitter for the aero, and I have a custom wing in the rear because it produces more downforce than the stock wing. So I do agree that the stock wing looks better on this car, but the custom wing will provide more stability and downforce, and it'll just make the car faster all around. So for the setup, if you have any questions, then let me know in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions if you have any curiosities about the setup, and I'll look at every single comment, so feel free to comment, it'll be much appreciated. And let's move on to the transmission. So not much to say here, just apply the transmission from the bottom to the top. If you want to mess around with the transmission, delete the least amount that you would need to apply it, and that'll be it for the transmission. The brake balance, I didn't change at all since I didn't need to, completely at 0. And this car technically isn't fully upgraded because I don't have the titanium rods and pistons or the stage 5 weight reduction. This car would be a bit faster with those parts, probably about like by 3, maybe 4 seconds. So not a whole lot, but it'll still change how fast this car will go. But I figured since like 95% of the people watching this video don't have these two parts, I thought I'd make a video with it maxed out without these two parts. So yeah, so that's everything I have to show you guys with this car. I hope you enjoy this setup, and I have a couple replays to show you after this, but other than that, that is the video. Hope you enjoyed, and later guys.